I'm Haley and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited because today I'm doing another round of trying new fragrances available at Sephora and Ulta. I like doing this every couple of months to see what's out there, see what's new, and see what's widely available. So I have some things here that honestly I've been sitting on for like a month or two just because of how crazy everything in my life has been, but I'm super excited to talk about them. I have the new-ish YSL Black Opium Glitter. I have something new from Truly that, spoiler alert, I really enjoyed. I have one of the Chloe flankers and a couple of others right here that I'm excited to get on and talk about. So if you want to know my thoughts on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new fragrances, keep on watching. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about is from Dolce & Gabbana, and this is Dolce Violet. This is a very juicy, fruity, floral fragrance that I think is very girly and fun to wear, but that's pretty much all that's there. So the top notes are cassis, cyclamen, and mandarin orange, mid notes of blackcurrant, violet, and pear, and base notes of musk, Madagascar, vanilla, and sandalwood. And I think this is very pretty. I think it's very fruity and juicy. So if you like a pear and berry note, so the blackcurrant and pear, just give it this really sweet juiciness that I think is very fun. I don't get a lot of the floral notes, so I'm not getting a ton of violet, but I am getting some of that juiciness from the mandarin orange, and the base notes are really just kind of there in the background to round this whole thing out. I think this would be perfect for somebody who loves those cassis and berry focused fragrances from Bath & Body Works, but they want to upgrade to something just a touch more sophisticated. Like I said, I don't think this, is super complex. There's not a lot here. It's not really anything to write home about, but it is pleasant. It's not off-putting. It's really just very basic in a way that is enjoyable. So this is not one that I've been actively reaching for since I purchased it. It's not one that I'm craving or anything like that, but I don't think there's anything wrong with it per se. It's just not one that I'm super attracted to and I'm like, ooh, I want to be that girl today. But I think it's pretty, and I think this would be so great for like a teenager who's just exploring fragrance for the first time and wants to wear something fun, sweet, and fruity. I think this has that all over it. So yeah, I think this is fine. I don't think this is going to be one that I would say rush out and buy if you're into some of those more complex fruity fragrances. But if there's a teen in your life who loves purple, maybe I would definitely recommend this one for them. Next up, we've got another fruity fragrance, but one that takes it in a different direction, and that is the Chloe L'Eau de Parfum Intense. So this is the Intense EDP from Chloe. This is a flanker of their original Chloe fragrance, and it is quite a diversion from the original in my opinion, but I really like the direction that they took this fragrance in. So this fragrance is actually pretty minimalistic in terms of the notes, but I feel like it's so well done because I can pick out every single note that is mentioned. So this fragrance has top note of raspberry, mid note of rose, base notes of cashmere and cedar. It's like you get what you pay for, you get what's on the label, and I absolutely love that about this fragrance because I feel like those notes come together so well, and this is just so delicious and wearable while still being a little bit elevated. So I really do get that raspberry note. It is so pretty in this fragrance. If you like a fruity floral but you don't like ones that are kind of basic like the Dolce & Gabbana one, and you like something that has a little more layered nuance to it, this could be one to check out. I also really like the rose. I feel like that's really the only nod here to the original Chloe, which is a beautiful rose, peony, and lychee fragrance. And then the base notes give it a little bit of body with the cashmere and cedar, and of those two, I smell the cedar the most. But I'm really enjoying this. I've tried a ton of Chloe flankers over the years. I really love the original, but I also like Roses de Chloe. I've had Nomad in the past, and I really love this fragrance. If you already like the Chloe fragrances, but you want something a little fruitier and really like fragrances that have that cedar base, I would definitely check this one out. And this honestly makes me really excited to check out some of the seemingly ever releasing Chloe flankers in the future. It seems like they come out with multiple per year, and sometimes I don't always check them out because they haven't piqued my interest. But this one is so good in my opinion. I'm super excited to get some wear on it over the next few months and really just enjoy this fragrance. Next up, I've got a niche fragrance that's on the more affordable side, and that is Clean Reserved Whipped Cherry. So I have never actually tried anything from either Clean or Clean Reserve, so I was excited to get my nose on something from the brand, and I love cherry fragrances. I talk about how much I love cherry fragrances all the time on my channel, and I was really excited to give this one a try. This has top notes of cherry, coconut water, and pineapple, mid notes of almond blossom, apple blossom, and mimosa, and base notes of whipped cream, cherry, vanilla, praline, and cedar. So definitely an interesting mix of notes here, and I feel like it goes in a different direction than a lot of cherry fragrances because it's really leaning on some more traditionally tropical notes like the coconut water, pineapple, mimosa, and I feel like it's not super successful in this fragrance to my nose. So every time I've tried this, I've really gotten a very medicinal vibe. I think something about the pineapple and coconut water really clashes with the cherry note to give it kind of like an astringent medicinal cherry cough syrup vibe that I'm just not jiving with. And then that combined with the like ultra sweet whipped cream and vanilla and praline in the base, just I feel like it's not a fragrance that I'm totally enjoying. I'd love to give it a couple more chances, but I didn't love this on my skin. I just really got that really strong medicinal cherry vibe, and I just feel like this was kind of a miss for me. But like I said, I have a ton of cherry fragrances in my collection, so honestly, I'm gonna be comparing it to those, like no matter what. Like if there's ones that are in my collection that are like a 10 out of 10, like favorite fragrances for life category, something like this just isn't going to measure up to those fragrances. All that being said, I do think this is interesting. It's just probably not one that I'm gonna reach for again and again. And next up, I have a niche fragrance available at Sephora, and that is the Maker's Dream. And this is a really pretty, fun, gourmand scent. It has top notes of cocoa, cinnamon, butter, and magnolia, mid notes of white sandalwood, vanilla orchid, and caramel, and base notes of vanilla, amber, and vetiver. And I really think that is pretty accurate to what my nose picks up. It's sweet, but it's pretty complex, and it has like kind of an airiness to it that makes it a little less dense than some gourmands, but it still has those delicious gourmand notes like the cacao, the cinnamon, the caramel, things like that. And I think this is really fun for the colder months. It's a bit spicy from the cinnamon and the sandalwood. I also get a little bit of that vanilla orchid vibe, so it kind of gives it a more of a floral slant. So if you like those kind of florally but also a little bit spicy fragrances and with some sweetness added, this could be one for you. I think it's cool that this brand is available at Sephora, and it was really fun to try. Next up, I have one of the newest flankers from YSL, Black Opium, and that is Black Opium Glitter. I was super excited about this purely because of the name. I think the concept of Black Opium Glitter is great. Whoever came up with that, give them a bonus. I think that is so fun. So a little background, I don't love Black Opium, and it's never been one that I've been super into. I've never had a full bottle. I haven't really liked the other flankers of it that I've tried. That being said, I was interested in the notes that are listed for this fragrance, and it's kind of fun to be in on the hype sometimes. So this fragrance has the top notes of green mandarin, pear, and lemon, mid note of orange blossom, and base notes of vanilla absolute, marshmallow, coffee, musk, and patchouli. So I definitely get those vanilla, musky, patchouli vibes. That's like very classic Black Opium to me. I don't love this fragrance. It's like I can pick out the notes, but I just don't love how they come together. I don't really love the sourness that the top notes provide. So the green mandarin and the lemon, I feel like really clash against the coffee, patchouli, musk, and marshmallow for me. Like it's kind of a weird combination to have like extremely sour but extremely sweet from the vanilla and marshmallow at the same time. I know that Black Opium is very popular, so this is just my personal opinion, and a lot of other people love it, but I just don't love this fragrance. I love coffee, I don't know, I like patchouli, I love vanilla, I love all these notes individually, but I feel like combined they just don't do it for me, and I don't love this fragrance. It's interesting because the more this sits on paper, I feel like the more floral it gets, like the more that orange blossom comes out, but I'm not a huge fan of orange blossom either. So I think if you already like Black Opium a lot, I would recommend trying this because it is pretty similar to the original. But if you're not even into Black Opium at all, I don't know, I wouldn't suggest picking this one up. I'm not super into Black Opium to begin with, but I was intrigued by the name, the branding, and some of those vanilla marshmallow coffee base notes. Then last up is a fragrance that I actually bought in a full bottle, and this is one that I've absolutely been enjoying. I put this on my fragrance tray for the month of January, and I've been loving it a lot. It also has the exact same name as another fragrance that I reviewed recently, which is Sabrina Carpenter's Cherry Baby, but this is Truly Beauty's Cherry Baby. And this is really nice. I feel like for a semi-affordable fragrance, I'm really enjoying this one. It's not on Fragrantica, at least I could not find it, but going off the notes on the box, it has top notes of cherry and anise, mid notes of jasmine and raspberry, and base notes of tonka bean and amber. And I really feel like that is accurate, and I feel like this is a really well done. I don't feel like this comes across like a kind of cheap cherry like the Sabrina Carpenter one, or a medicinal cherry like the Clean Reserve whipped cherry that I just spoke about. It has a little bit of spiciness from the anise, which I appreciate. It's not overpowering and it does not overtake the fragrance at all. And it has a really beautiful floral vibe from the jasmine in a way that is really well executed, in my opinion. The raspberry adds a touch of sweetness, and I really enjoy the tonka bean and amber in the base. I really get that ambery vibe, and I feel like amber and cherry are just like a match made in heaven. They pair so well together. I really think that if you're a fan of BDK's Rouge Smoking, but you want something more affordable and a little more approachable and sweeter, this could be one for you. At first, when I tried this, I thought that the jasmine was a little bit indolic, but the more I wear it, the less I feel like that, and the more I'm enjoying this. Like I said, it has that really beautiful raspberry sweetness, same as the Chloe one. I actually really love the raspberries execution in both of these, and I just think this is really fun. I've really been enjoying wearing it, and I think it's a great fragrance for the price. I've actually been really pleasantly surprised by all the fragrances from Truly so far, at least like in their products. I think they're really well done. Obviously, they're not cheap products, but they're certainly more affordable than like a designer perfume or anything like that. So yeah, definitely really like this one. I think from the fragrances that I tried out in this video, my two favorites were the Truly Cherry Baby, which I think is awesome, and also the Chloe EDP Intense. So this is just awesome, really yummy and delicious and sweet. Super excited to get more wear on that one. And like I said, it's been an interesting kind of like raspberry month. Both of these have a lovely raspberry note to them, and I think that they're both so well done. So let me know down in the comments below which of these fragrances you've tried, which you like, and if you have any suggestions for what I should try in my next video like this one. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.